Hello. I put together my technology integrated curriculum unit plan. I will be going over the processes of cellular respiration. That's the unit I plan on covering. I put together a technology-based curriculum for a ninth grade biology class that I plan on teaching this upcoming school year. The standards are going to be next generation science standards is what I will use to guide my plans. It's HSLS1-7 from molecules to organisms, structures, and processes. The students will need to use a model that I've provided and illustrate cellular respiration as a process. There's going to be several activities that they need to complete that will help the better understanding of cellular respiration. As you see here, my first lesson will be actually a pear deck activity that will need to be complete. Originally, I used to use this as a whiteboard activity where the students would work in groups and have their own whiteboards. I would put on the board, they would answer it as groups. This one with the pear deck that we just recently got, I added drawings and stuff that they could type right into here. So our intro activity is, where does a plant's mass come from? It goes over, here's some hypotheses they need to circle, or I'm sorry, write whether it's true or false. Read through the different questions answered on here. I can follow along with each student, see exactly where they are, see if they got the correct answers, see if they were going at the pace that, well, they can go at a student pace for this. There's different models that they need to be able to understand what's going on, like this one here, as you can see. Circle the glucose monomer. They're reading through each of these different activities, answering questions as they go along. A couple of them have different labelings for them. Change in weight. They need to explain using evidence to support their scientific principle. So like I said, I could see all this as they're answering as they're going along. I will use this at student paced for my honors level students, and I typically tend to use at the advanced level teacher paced, so I can see exactly where they're at. They come up with conclusions. You need to draw a model for their last slide to show where the plant exactly gets their mass from. The students will demonstrate the knowledge by explaining their models by creating models like shown here. The students can delete answers and start over if they answered incorrectly. This is one advantage they can using Pear Deck, because if they have answered incorrectly, I can say, hey, Timmy, you need to fix your answer, which is a great option for this. From there, we can move on to a Nearpod lesson. Nearpod is the next technology-based lesson I will use for my plans. This can also be used at student-paced or teacher-paced. Some of these activities are built in the slides. I can add additional slides here. So if I want to start, I can do student-paced, live participation plus Zoom. So I can click on student-paced if I want to. I'm going to show you a preview of the different things that are on here. So my preview goes through cellular respiration. I built in a video on the first one that explains to them what they need to, what I'm expecting of them. As they go through, there's different materials and prep. Essential questions, different lessons, engagement activities, exploring. There's different polls. There are different slideshows on here, asking them about feedback, write anything down they can. Sorry, I'm trying to find the full screen here. There's little slideshows, asking them to do relationships, labeling, many different types of activities on this. This, like you see here, is 37 slides I can add. I can take away things I don't, think we'll cover, things we will cover. And there are quizzes that are built into this. Like I said, I have not used this with a class yet. I'm just planning on using this. I think this is a great way to see. As I went through all of this, everything's built in. There's videos built in. Kind of a neat software here, Nearpod. Last, what I plan to do is use Quizlets. I have not used Quizlet before. I know other teachers have before, and I know that it's used quite frequently. I think some students even use it. I've heard when they're just preparing for a test. So I think the best way to use this is to actually have students make a quiz. So I'll have each student make a quiz. I would say, 5 to 7 questions. I would set up, 2 questions, explanation, 2 model questions, and I would have different things here. They can drop images in here. They can enter terms. Looks like there's all different kinds of things they could do for creating here. This would be a great way to demonstrate the student's knowledge by creating these different assessments. And so they'll need to use the material that we learned from the previous 2 activities to apply it towards this type of assessment. And I can use this ultimately to see where students are and how we've come along.